Hey friends, so it's Deb Pascourse here. I am so excited to be with you tonight. I thought I would just come on live because even though we're posting a few things every day, there's so much more that I didn't get to share with you guys. And I just thought, what better way for you to get to know these products than to see them in action. So we're gonna do just a little refresh tonight and talk about some of the things that we didn't get to go over, and you guys will have an opportunity to ask questions, and I hope that this is interactive. I hope that some of you join. So if you catch this on the replay, just say hey on the replay, so I can say hey back, hey Taylor, or if you're catching this live, drop a heart or an emoji or something like that. I don't have a script because I just am not very good at scripts. If I have a script, then it sounds like really rigid, and I didn't want it to be like that. I have no idea how long this video is going to be tonight, so we may be hanging out for a minute because we're going to do a refresh, and then we're going to wash our face too, so you can see what I use in my regimen. So to start off with, I am an executive partner, a founding executive partner with Pomifera. I have been with Pomifera from the very beginning, and it's been a crazy ride to say the least. We launched in February of 2020, right before COVID, and so it's been just a crazy roller coaster ride. I can't believe that it's been 3.5 years. It has literally flown by so fast, and it's been so fun. I have been in several different direct sales companies, and this, I don't know what's going on here. This is the first company that I've had really some blossoming success, as well as have had other partners that have teamed up with me that have had some great success in this business as well. So it's been a really fun road. When we started in 2020, February 2020, we had just a handful of skincare products and a body oil and a body lather and a lotion, and that was really about it. And now when you go out to the website, we have so many different products to look at and to choose from. And I'm just going to kind of categorize everything so you can know what some of our offerings are and see if anything is of interest to you. So just a little history. Prior to Pomifera launching, like I said, I had been with several different companies. I had been with a skincare company for about a year until they really changed their comp plan, and I really just had to think about what I was doing. And then prior to that, I was with Lime Life by Alcone for 2 years, which is where I got introduced to the Pomifera oil and the Pomifera story, and I got to meet the actual blogger that introduced Todd Johnson to the CEO of Lime Life at that time. So I know all of that background and that history. It's been a really fun journey. And then prior to that, I was with Beauty Control for like 8 years, and literally I started this business to just have some teen t-shirt money, teen and preteen t-shirt money. If you have kids in middle school and high school, I think you know what I'm talking about. They're constantly doing like fundraising, and you have to have a t-shirt for everything, for them and for you to be the supportive mama. And I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I was needing to do something that was fun for myself, and earn a little bit of money or get my products for free or whatever. So I was with them for 8 years, and they closed their doors just right after I had joined with Lime Life by Alcone. But I learned a lot in those 8 years, and the interesting thing was that people's skin is also very, very different. There's different sensitivities. There are different problems, there are different skin ails, and everybody needs something a little different. And they had several different skincare lines, but I'm telling you, our Pomifera line, once I started using it and sharing it, I have never seen so many people being able to use just a simple product line. It's been amazing. And a lot of it is because of the Pomifera oil, which is in really the majority of all of our products. That's kind of what sets us apart from anything else. So we're a beauty brand, but we are called Pomifera. And then I really didn't get to share too much this week, but last year we were acquired by Shaklee, which could have been like a real shaken up surprise. But they have been very, very graceful at bringing us in and keeping us an independent identity under the Shaklee umbrella. A lot will probably be moving and changing in the future with our partnership, but what it has done is it's taken this little baby brand, Pomifera, into a whole new world of resources that we just have not been able to get our hands on as a brand new company for the last 3 years. So we do have access to some of the Shaklee products, and that has literally been a blessing as well, because can you imagine basically, you know, 2 separate companies, 1 family type of thing, and when you have different options to serve people, it just is a win-win situation. So it's been a really, really neat journey. But tonight we're going to do a refresh. I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about hair care first, and then we will go right into my nightly regimen. So again, I am 55 years old. I really saw this opportunity when I was with Lime Life and I was introduced to the Pomifera oil. At that time, it was very pricey, and so we had to use it very sparingly. And I always thought to myself, man, if Todd Johnson ever went into business for himself, because I knew that he was from my home state, and I thought that was really cool. But, you know, he's just kind of really navigated his own entrepreneurship into this oil. And I always thought if he ever went into a direct sales company on his own, I would totally do it. And just to kind of wrap up that story, after I left Lime Life by Alcone, because I really needed something for this aging skin, I joined a company that was really luxury and high-end skincare. And while it was really lovely and nice and clean, and it was really looking for a clean beauty brand, once I heard that Pomifera was launching, I was like, wow, I gotta go. Plus their comp plan was changing a little bit. So it was the perfect timing to get into Pomifera. And the other company that I had been with for a year, yes, I saw some great changes in my skin, but there were like some surface spots that even their retinol was not cutting. And I didn't think that I would really see any changes in my skin because I'd been using this pretty fancy, pretty high-end, expensive skincare line. And I was blown away with how my skin felt and appeared. So the cool thing about Pomifera is it doesn't break the bank. You can start small, you can add in whatever you need, and it's very, very affordable and efficacious. So I know that you will be really, really happy with your results. So real briefly, before we get going into our little refresh that we're going to do tonight, I just wanted to share that we do have hair care. So when Todd Johnson, who is our Chief Scientific Officer, he is on the board, the scientific board at Shaklee now, when that partnership changed, but he is our product developer still, and you know, still will carry that on with Pomifera, thank goodness. I mean, because that really makes the company. But prior to getting into skincare, he was putting the Pomifera oil in the hair care because that's what he was familiar with another chemical or chemistry, with his chemistry degree. The other company that he was with, he was familiar with high-end hair care lines. So I needed to share that we do have a hair care line. This is just the beginning of what I'm sure is going to be coming down the pipeline. But this is a volumizing shampoo and conditioner. It is paraben-free, it is phthalate-free, it is sulfate-free. So if you're familiar with a sulfate-free shampoo, you'll understand that your first wash, it's not really lathery. So if you really want that lather, you're going to wash it 2 times. And they really target cleaning the scalp, which scalp health is all the importance of growing your hair follicles. And when I got COVID, I had some hair loss about 3 months after I had recovered from COVID, and it was just coming out by the chunk loads. And we had just launched our hair care. So I was losing all this hair, and then shortly after I kind of recovered from that, Pomifera's hair care really helped me fill in some of those. I was really getting some like really thinning around my temples, around the face, and through the back. It was really, really scary. Like you could feel your scalp, and like you could, like when you touched it, it like went right through your scalp. But now my hair has really filled in significantly by using our shampoo and conditioner, and we have hundreds of other testimonials that say the same. Now it is a volumizing shampoo, so it may not be for everyone, but we have some of our customers are diehards with our shampoo and conditioner. Okay, enough on that. And then shortly after we launched that, we introduced a leave-in conditioner. This is great if you've got, you know, children that get tangles. I wish that I had something like this when my kids were young. I used the cheap over-the-counter stuff, and it just kind of left like a film. But this is lovely and wonderful for all ages, tangles. It really was like the icing on the cake. Hey Shelly, how are you? Thanks for joining. It was really the icing on the cake after kind of going through some hair loss, and then I color my hair about every 5 weeks. And so I'm really harsh on my hair, and I curl it and dry it and all the things. And this just really elevated it to a whole nother level, giving it the hydration that it really, really needed to look healthy and shiny and full and fluffy and all the things. And then we have this awesome hair oil, and this is actually an original Pomifera product before they went into the direct sales side of things. They had, of course, like I said, their hairline, and this was actually sold out of hair salons. And they didn't reformulate this or change anything in it because it was such a good seller for them. And it still is today. If you use the hair oil, you will understand why. Of course, you know, when you think of like an oil, you think, oh, it's going to make my hair greasy. I use this when my hair is freshly washed. I come out of the shower, I put this on, and then I put my leave-in conditioner on, or vice versa, one of the two. But then also I will put a little bit of it on before I dry my hair for a heat protector. And then I also put a little bit on before I style my hair, and it doesn't weigh it down. You know how some hair oils actually dry, they just weigh the hair down. This will dry, so it feels like it's oily, but then it dries down, and it's amazing. It actually helps you style your hair. And on my refresh days, when I have to do my dry shampoo, I actually will put a little bit of my dry shampoo on to kind of tame down some of that dryness because I color my hair, so it gets really, really dry and gnarly. And just tipping it off with a little bit of the hair oil, it's amazing. So I hope you give that a try. Yes, it is a wonderful multi-purpose oil. When one of my oldest daughters, she was using the Kevin Murphy line, and then once she tried this hair oil, she was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, and fell in love. I just wanted to highlight our Heal Body Oil in case you didn't get a chance to see this. This is what it looks like. Just a beautiful golden oil. So this is loaded with our Pomifera oil and several other hydrating oils in here to really give the skin some nice hydrating, healing benefits. There are so many things that this does that it heals with. Eczema, psoriasis, I've already mentioned some of those. My mother-in-law, she had some bruising from a surgery, and I was visiting with her, and I saw with my own eyeballs that the bruising was dissipating when she put some of this Heal on. It was incredible. So many different things. I love using it as a cuticle oil. I put it on my toes, I put it on my fingers. In the wintertime, I can even use it as a nighttime oil if my face is feeling really, really ratchetly dry. It's just amazing. Everybody needs to have this in their household. Sunburns, I mean, the list could go on and on and on. So I love sharing about our body oil. Some companies, like, you know, there's like a gateway product that everybody has to have. Yes, Shelly, it's amazing. Some people have that mascara or that foundation that you have to have. With our company, it's definitely the Heal oil. That's kind of like our gateway product. So, all right, now we're going to just get into a little bit of fun time. If you've got questions about our Shackley partnership or anything like that, just feel free to put them in comments, and I'll get to them. I've used or tried several of the products that have been released to us. So if there's something that you're interested in, just reach out to me. But you can find all the Shackley products under the wellness category on my website. So we've got skincare, we've got hair care, we've got body care, we've got health and wellness now. And now we've also got some color, which I'm going to get into. What else? We've got candles. Our CVO Lindsay is a super candle nut, and so we have some really fun DIY candles that you can look at. But there's so many fun things that we have to share. So please feel free to go out to my website, check it out. You can see all of the vendors' websites in the featured post, and then there is in the featured tab in this group. And then you'll scroll down to some of the posts on the vendors, and that's where you will find all of our links. Otherwise, you can click on my bio, and I have a link tree, and you can get to there as well. All right, so fun stuff. From the get-go, it's always been like a dream for us at Pomifera to have color cosmetics, because a lot of us are just like, you know, makeup nuts, and who isn't, right? However, we also like to have things very, very simple. So the color cosmetic line that we have at Pomifera, it will always be simple. It's not going to be like a full-blown color line of everything, but it will provide with just like the really great basics, probably very appealing to minimalists, with everything that you really just need to get a fresh looking face and easy out the door, because our motto here at Pomifera is simple, honest, humble. So we like to keep things simple, and these products are super simple. We have 2 different bundles. You can get our awesome BB cream, which is the youth line. You will see that. But all the color products, you'll find them in the beauty category on my website. But let me tell you about this BB cream. This is amazing. It is nourishing, it's hydrating, it's color correcting, it's moisturizing, and it's protective. It's got an SPF in it. Hey Rachel, thanks for hopping on. And it's one of the best BB creams that I've ever used. It just feels really light and great on the skin. It's great for just throwing on for every day. And with that SPF, you can't go wrong because you've got like a little bit of color, a little bit of correction of on your skin, and plus you're protected with the SPF. It comes in 3 different colors. And tonight I'm going to share just a little bit of shade 1 and 2. I actually put it on first thing this morning. So this is kind of like what it looks like after a 10-hour day, okay? So it's not a lot of coverage, but the face still looks fairly fresh. I don't even have any concealer on, so it's super sheer, but it will last throughout the day. Sometimes I like to mix it in with a little foundation, but sometimes I don't want the feel of foundation on my face, and this is perfect for that. It just is nice and light, and it'll give you a really nice light coverage. Just so you can see the differences in the colors, I thought I brought shade 3 down here, but I didn't, but it's okay. So tonight I have shade 1 and shade 2. They're very close in color, but sometimes when I get home from work, and if you've got to like run to go somewhere, it is fantastic to just put a little light layer of this right on top of the makeup that you already have on for the day, because it just blends out super easy and just gives you a little light coverage and just freshens up your face. I don't know about you, but in through the day I get really, really dry, and so putting a little bit of moisture on after the day is done, but you have to go somewhere, it is fantastic to just put a little bit of that on. All right, now I'm just going to put a little bit of that other drop under my eyes just to give it a little bit of more coverage, because that's kind of my trouble area. Yes, it's so hydrating and it blends really nice. I have layered it over top of and under cream makeup, both with like Saint Lime Life. I've used both of those and it works really, really well with both of those. I also have liquid foundation like Estee Lauder Forever, what is it called? Estee Lauder, whatever, the fancy one that they have. Double wear, that's what it is. So under or mixed in, so nice. Then you just don't feel like you have to take all your makeup off at the end of the day and start all over. Girl, we're just slapping that on. Okay, so it's nice and blended in, super easy. Anybody can do that, right? It's like putting on moisturizer, for crying out loud. It just has a tint of color. And all it's doing is it just is evening out the skin tone, freshening up your face, and just giving you a little color, which is nice. All right, and now in the mornings, I've got my Pomifera Rose on. So if you are feeling a little oily, you can always just powder up a little bit if you want to. But from here, I just go right in with our color sticks, which are so fun. So this is what our color sticks look like. Did you say it has a color corrector in it? Yes. Yes, so they call it a BB cream, but you can see it's just kind of evened out my skin tone a little bit. Still very sheer, but it looks like, you know, a nice fresh face, right? So color correcting, we're all about that. All right, now I'll just kind of swatch these so you can see. This is the bronzer. Don't be afraid to put that color on your face. So some people, you know, they'll just like do a little tiny little bit, but I'm like, no girl, you can go ahead and just swipe it on there. I like to put it on right above my cheekbone. So it gives me just a little bit of lift there. And then we're gonna go just across the forehead. And if I wanna look a little more tan-ish, then I'll do a little bit right there. You can even do a little bit on your nose if you want to, just to slim it down a little bit. And then some people even like do under their lips, they get real fancy. You can even do it on your lips and then like layer it with a really pretty like pink color. I've done that before. So that is that's the tone, is what that's called. That is our bronzer. And then we have 3 different colors. Some of you have seen the pictures that I've shared. My favorite is the tease, and that's the one that we're gonna put on my face tonight, but I'll just kind of swatch it. So you can see that's the tease. It's like a real nice neutral pink. And I just like to put it right above my bronzer. And then I've got a little bit of the glaze on my lips already, but I'm gonna do just a little bit of this on my lip so you can see. So you can use it for your lips and your cheeks. So it's great to have one in your vanity and one in your purse so you can have it on the go. Now another really pretty color is Charm, and it's more of like a peachy kind of color. So you can see that, see how pretty? And this looks lovely. I love putting this on with our pink glaze. It just creates a really nice neutral nude look. And then if you want just a little bit more color, then you can go with the Tempt, and that's like a little bit more of a brighter berry pink. And that looks really, really nice too. It looks maybe a little bit dressier is what I would say. So we've got the tease, which is like that pink, and just watch how easy these blend. It's amazing. And I'm just patting that on. You can use your fingers too if you want to, if you don't have a brush. You can use a sponge, but they are so easy to apply and blend. And then if you feel like you've got too much on, you can just, you know, just wipe down a little bit. No big deal. Or take a sponge and take some of it off. And then that's all there is to it, you guys. And I just kind of, I like to swipe that out a little bit when I put it on my nose, so it just kind of looks like I've got like a little bit of a sun-kissed look. And that's all there is to it. So literally you're putting like a tinted moisturizer on your face and then slapping some color on, and out the door you go. Like, how easy is that? Something else that you could do, some people do this. Today I put on just a slap. Now I'm ready for date night. Yes, I am. Let's go. My husband's in bed already, so that is not happening. But I plan on watching some Netflix tonight. So, so I'm going to take our little bronzer, the Tone Color Stick, and I'm going to just put it in my crease a little bit. I've got my eyeshadow on. It's like all crusty, literally. All I did was I slapped on some highlighter, shade color from Saint or whatever, but I did a terrible job. But I have to have eyeshadow on of some kind, because I have hooded eyes, and that's what I like. I like to put a little bit of that. But you can totally do that too, just to kind of like fake an eyeshadow look. I mean, cream makeup is really in right now, and voila, look at you go, fancy. All right, and then I'm just going to show you our mascara. This is a really nice mascara. I have it on right now. I've had it on since 7 a.m. this morning, and most mascaras, this one included, I just have issues in my older age. So I do have to top it off with a little bit of waterproof mascara to hold it. But every single time I use this mascara, I get the same nice looking lash. It separates, it lifts, it curls a little bit. It lengthens, it really does all the things that you would like a mascara to do. And the other thing that I love, and it has a lash conditioner in it that helps grow your lashes. So if I'm lazy and I don't feel like putting on my serum, I love it that it's got the lash conditioner in it. So this brush, I just want to show it to you real quick. It's got a dual end. One end is just nice to kind of comb through your lashes, and I like to kind of twirl it so it pulls the lash out and really lifts it and separates it. And then you've got the thicker end to help with volume. So it's a pretty fancy mascara. I love it. So you can get all of that in a collection with the mascara or without. Now, one last thing we're going to do here. I almost forgot. And I'll swatch these too. Okay, yeah, I do have all three colors. I also brought down our lip oil, which is called Glaze. Excuse me. And we have 3 shades. The lip oil is super hydrating. It has our Pomifera oil in it. And it's not sticky like a lip gloss is. And it just puts a little bit of color on your lips. And so we'll swatch these so you can see them. I really thought that I was gonna love the light pink the best, but honestly, I'm really loving this slay color, and we're just gonna top it off with some of that. I mean, I really love this look right now, but just so you can kind of see, we'll see if you can see the color. So it's not like too dark, it's very sheer. I would say out of all of the shades of the lip oil, this one is definitely like the most color payoff. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, but it really puts a nice, pretty shine on the lips. I would say, that shine doesn't last forever, but your lips will still feel very, very hydrated for hours after you apply it. I love it. Okay, so that's the color Slay. Maybe I am just gonna wipe it off a little bit so you can see all the colors on my lips. Okay. I needed to bring, okay, yeah, I got a paper towel here. Now, sometimes when you do this, my lips get a little red. So let's just try that by itself in case some of you are just interested in the oil. You can see, okay. And I love it that you don't have to be like perfect when you apply it. You just can slap it on. And then, isn't that pretty? Looks kind of dressy, kind of fancy. I like it. So that one is the Slay. What was I going to say? Oh, we are getting one more color for the holiday. It's, what's it called? Vamp, maybe? It's kind of like very similar to that Slay, but maybe a little more, like I would consider this to be more cranberry, and the holiday one is coming out and it's going to be like a little bit more berry looking. Like it has a little bit more pink in it. All right, so this one is the Crush. Cute, right? It's just very sheer light pink. Very, very sheer. So my go-to has been layering with the tint. I love that because I like a little bit more color on my lips. But that's kind of like at the beginning of the day, and then after lunch, all bets are off. I'm just putting on gloss or happy salve or whatever. Okay, so that one is the Crush, nice and light. And then this one is Fawn. It is a sheer nude. And you can see my lips have like a little bit more pink to them. And honestly, this looks clear on me in comparison to some people. But if you have a lighter lip, like a lighter natural lip, it will, you'll be able to see the nude a little bit better. But it's just great to throw on for every day. It's, like I said, it's not sticky, but it doesn't feel oily either. Some lip oils can really feel slippery and oily. This is just a really nice combination of the oil and a gloss, but it doesn't feel sticky at all. So those are the three colors. So Fawn, Crush, and Slay. Aren't they neat? We love them. They're fun. They're just great to have some hydration on your lips. All right, so that is that. Any other colors that you want to see? Let me just show you a quick combo. You can tell I'm a color nut. So this one is the Charm. It's the more peachy color, but it's really pretty. I love it. And then I love putting the Crush over top. And we'll do that real quick. Okay, and then we're gonna take my makeup off. Because I really wanted you guys to see. I mean, I know this is a long video, but what the heck? What else have you got going on a Friday night? All right, so I love that combo. So they're all very interchangeable. You can see, like, I had the tees on with the Slay, you know, so you can really mix and match. Face looks lovely. So let me just share. In the Simply 5, you get the BB cream, which isn't that lovely? It just makes your face look really, really fresh. This is a winner. Whether you get it in the set or by itself, this is a must-have for everyone. So in the Simply 5, you get the BB cream, the mascara, you get the bronzer, you get the lip oil, and the lip and cheek tint. Everything that you see on my face today is the Simply 5. We also have the Fabulous 4, where you can get these 4 in a collection, because maybe you wear falsies, or maybe you have a mascara that you absolutely love. So we have that option for you as well. All right, so thanks for tuning in with that. Now we're going to go right into my my nighttime routine. So I love using all the things. I am a skincare girl. Like I said, I'm 55 years old, and I'm always looking for something to help this face. So when I started using Pomifera, I could see the difference in the hydration. I felt it right away. And my skincare before was a beautiful skincare line. It was absolutely wonderful, but it was not cutting it with my dry eyes, and even my skin would feel like dry by the end of the day. And once I started using Pomifera, I just fell in love, because not only did my face look like refreshed, it also felt so much better. I couldn't believe it. And really all the years in my 40s, I had a really hard time keeping my skin hydrated. Like, I'd have to double up on moisturizer and all the things. So anyway, what I use, we have different collections. You can get just like a cleanser and the oil to start. You can get, if maybe you already have a cleanser that you love, you can just get the serums and integrate those. or you can just jump in and get all the things. So I, of course, use all the things. I'm not going to show all the things. There are even more things out there on my website. You can check those out. But I use all of them. But we're just going to talk about the Danger Game Changer collection tonight because it is a wonderful. Thanks, Shelly. Hey, Jen. Thanks for tuning in. It is a wonderful set really for everyone. It gives you like everything that you really need to cleanse, to exfoliate, to hydrate, and all the serums. So let's get started and stop the rambling. How long have we been on? Ooh, 40 minutes. This is a long baby. Okay, I told you it might be a long one. So anyway, we're going to see everything in action. Hello. Hey, Jen. Thanks for hanging in there. Anyway, so the first thing that we start with is erase. And we're just going to erase the face. Literally, this is like a 3-ingredient product. I absolutely love it. My daughter loves it. We cannot live without it. You can spritz your face or you can spritz your hand, whatever you want to do. But this is just kind of a precursor to your cleanse. It's just going to start dissolving. Yes, Shelly loves erase. It's amazing, especially with waterproof mascara. It is so easy to just remove the makeup. It literally just dissolves everything that's on your face. So I usually do about 5 spritzes on my face, and that does the job. But because I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time, I'm losing my train of thought. But it doesn't burn the eyes. Have you ever used like a makeup remover where your eyes are burning and you have to get it off right away? It doesn't do anything like that. It's not oily, although it feels maybe a little oily, but it's not. It's not going to leave a residue on your face or anything like that. It literally just melts the makeup off your face. So easy, so quickly. So it's perfect for teens that are just starting to wear their mascara. Yes, it does not burn the eyes. It's amazing. It's just really gentle, super, super gentle. And I also love using it in the fall and winter, you know, when our skin starts changing and it starts to feel dry. This just feels really good on the skin. It's loaded with vitamin E, which any esthetician will tell you. Vitamin E has loaded with antioxidants that's so good for your skin. So if there's anything left over, your skin is just getting that. So that's it. So how easy was that to just wipe it off? Yes, it really does. It's super, super nice, super easy to use, super gentle for anyone. I've seen, like, you know, this time of year we got little kids in costumes and makeup and all that stuff, and it just literally melts it away. Okay, so we're going to go right into our cleanser. We have a few different cleansers to choose from. This one is called Balance. We have 2 skin type for balance. Did I say that right? It's getting late. Anyways, one is for normal to oily. One is for like more mature to dry, which is me, which is more like a lotion kind of cleanser. So it's not like foamy or anything like that, but it's just super light and gentle. It has like a, I don't even know if it's like a citrus kind of smell, but just smells very clean and natural. And this is actually formulated to balance your skin. So we've had a lot of people that have had really good luck with using this, especially like acne prone, because we do have one that's more foamy for that oily skin. And it seems to work really, really well for acne prone skin, just to kind of help balance the oil production. Sometimes you might experience a little purging. We just work through that. If you're already using a good skincare regimen, typically you're not going to see a huge problem or changes with your skin. But it is kind of normal when you switch things up a little bit to have a little bit of breakout here and there. And everybody is different with that. So if you do get some skincare, you know, I will be right there with you, walking you through and holding your hand, making sure that everything is going to work. If you're kind of sensitive, you might want to just start with a couple things before you go into a big full regimen. But like I said, so we've got the normal to oily and the normal to dry. And then we also have a peppermint cleanser that's really neat. A lot of people love it. I can only use it sparingly, like maybe once a week or so, because it's got a little peppermint in it and it tingles and it's fresh on the skin. Some people really love using that in the morning. So be sure to check that out if that's something that's of interest to you. But if you want to just start with something gentle, if you're sensitive, then I would strongly suggest just doing the normal to dry for your balance cleanser. But it's also got like some sea kelp in it to help brighten the skin a little bit. So it's a nice quality cleanser, and it's not like super expensive to break the bank. So I love that. And then on a couple days a week, you're going to exfoliate your skin. We have some really great, yes, Jen, it is. It's lovely. It has jojoba beads in it, so it's a real nice, gentle exfoliator with the peppermint cleanser. It's really neat. I love it. So a couple times a week, we also have a couple of exfoliators. This one is called the Restore. It also has ingredients in here that are anti-aging, that help build collagen in the skin. So it's going to slough away all the dead skin cells. They're one of the important things when you use the Pomifera oil, that's going to help speed up your skin cell turnover. You need something to get those dead skin cells off of your face. And this is a wonderful product to do that. So this is a physical exfoliant. I'm not going to put this on my face because it's messy and I use it in the shower, but I am going to show you what it looks like. It is amazing. So you put it on and it'll start to just kind of lather a little bit. I also love using this like leftovers on my elbows, on my feet. It's a great body scrub as well. And it smells like lemongrass. It smells like spa. It's amazing. So there is our, just gonna rinse that off here. So there's our exfoliant. We also have, it's not in the Danger Game Changer collection, but we launched a chemical exfoliant, which is amazing. If you've ever used a chemical exfoliant, like a glycolic acid kind of thing, that just dissolves dead skin cells on your skin without anything physically scrubbing. That's amazing. And we are seeing fantastic results. Well, you're going to see results with the Restore too. But, you know, if you just want to elevate the game and just get some extras, that's a wonderful product to look at as well. All right, and then once we're all cleansed and scrubbed, then we go right in with our serums, and I've got the vitamin C and the hyaluronic acid. So the hyaluronic acid is, think of it like a drink for your skin, a drink of water for your skin. Hey, Jean! So this is going to help like smooth and plump and really hydrate the skin. I did put a post earlier about what I saw in my skin with the hyaluronic acid, because I've used some hyaluronic acid in the past and I thought, yeah, whatever. And I just didn't really know. And then I had used it for like a week, and it was just like the hydration to my skin that I never knew that I needed. And now I don't ever go without it. And some people, they even put it on their lips, and it helps plump the lips a little bit. So you can do that too. But basically, it's gonna help hydrate, plump, and smooth, which is exactly why it's called Plump. So there's that. And then we're gonna go, and I usually do like 1/4 of a dropper, right? They're all like little pumps here. And then this one is the vitamin C. And on this one, I mean, that's about 1/2 a dropper. I only used maybe 1/2 of that. So yeah, like 1/4 of a dropper of that too. Now, the vitamin C, let me tell you, when I implemented this one, because I did start them both separately, because well, number one, when the Plump released, well, they released the Plump and the vitamin C at the same time, but the C sold out by the time that I got around to ordering it, so I could only do the Plump first. So that's why I could see that it literally was making a difference. But then when I added in the C, I was like, wow, this is like a whole nother level. So it also has some hyaluronic acid in it. It's got Pomifera oil in it as well. But that vitamin C, it also has vitamin D in it. And those two together kind of double up the benefits with vitamin C. And what I really saw with this is that it really helped with some of my surface spots that retinol was not touching. And I was amazed. And it just really like, the overall appearance of my skin just looked better. It just looked, well, it's collagen stimulating, so that may have been part of the reason too. But hi Leslie, how are you? Thanks for joining. And anyways, I was just really blown away with the results of both of them. They're both very simple ingredients. They're not like loaded with a lot of fillers. And they're very affordable too. Some of these serums, they get up there in the $70, $80, $100 range. And let's see, I think our Plump is still around $30. And then our vitamin C is only $35. So amazing. And they're, if you look at the ingredients, it's a very small list of ingredients. And again, there's just not a lot of fluff and a lot of fillers and everything else that you don't really need to kind of jack that price up. And I just love it that it's simple and it's effective and it's amazing. All right, now I am going to go in with our Pomifera Pure. So this is like our star of the show. This is what our company is founded on, the Pomifera oil. So this is a refined version. We also have a Pomifera Rose, which is a unrefined version, which is like really more in its natural state. This has been cold pressed through a chemical-free process, but the refining kind of deodorizes this one, so it doesn't smell like anything. The Pomifera Rose has a little bit more earthy scent to it, and there's also some essential oils in the Pomifera Rose to help deodorize that. That is the version that we started off with and sold. I think it's maybe $45, $48. We couldn't sell the Pure until this last year because the Pure was contracted under Lime Life by Alcone. Nobody else was able to sell that product that was under contract. Well, that contract expired, and we're so excited to be able to offer the pure, unadulterated form of Pomifera oil, one single ingredient. It's amazing. So it's naturally loaded with antioxidants. We want that to protect our skin, right? When you have your skin protected, it slows down the aging process. Yes. And what else? Just it's found to have some antimicrobial properties. So you can even use it on acneic skin, helps with bacteria. I don't know, just I'm getting tired. So there's a load of good things with this oil. Oh, anti-inflammatory. That was another thing. When I first started using the Pomifera rose, or the Pomifera oil and the rose, and I just used about half a dropper of that. So half a dropper. At nighttime, I will put a little bit more on than I would like during the day. So just keep that in mind. If you do end up getting some, just play around with it. Some people, they just want like half a dropper, or they just mix it in with their lotion. There's no right or wrong way to do it. In the clinical trials, they did have like 3/4 of a dropper, just so you know. So don't be afraid to load it up and lather it on at nighttime especially. So now I lost my train of thought what I was talking about before that. But anyway, and also, sometimes when you put the serums on before you do an oil, sometimes you might get a little pilling. So if that happens, just make sure that your face is nice and damp before you put the Pomifera oil on, and then you won't have that problem. I don't like to wait for my serums to dry. Some people do. So if you like to wait for your serums to dry before you put the oil on, just spritz your face a little bit with the with water or some kind of hydrator before you put your Pomifera rose on. Now, the Pomifera pure oil, we have found it feels like a little bit thinner, maybe because it's gone through that refining process, but it also absorbs into the skin a little quicker as well. The rose, you might find it to be a little bit thicker, but you can choose which one that you want to get. Yes, I know, we just want to get her done and get to bed. All right, now, this is always the great debate. Okay, you guys, we're almost done. Thanks for hanging out with me and just learning a little bit more about Pomifera. Now, great debate. Some people, they're good. They don't need anything else on. And you can switch up moisturizer and oil day, night, whatever you want to do. I like to go in with our Nourish after I do my Pomifera Rose, just because I like the way that it feels and looks a little bit better. But some people will, because Todd Johnson told us that if you put whatever you put on underneath the Pomifera oil, the molecular weight of the oil is so small, it's actually going to help drive your serums, your moisturizer, anything that you've got on underneath that oil into the skin. So just try to remember that as you're putting on your routine. I'll let you decide what you want to do with that. Sometimes I do my moisturizer first and then I put the Pomifera oil on top. It just depends. Just depends. Whatever I feel like. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it. So that's the important thing. All right. So, and there's other products out there too. We have access to the Youth line, which is through Shaklee. They have a really nice eye serum peptide. We have access to a night cream. We have access to like a hydrating mask, a detox mask. There's just so much more out there. But this is like, these are my hardcore, solid, everyday go-tos that I will go to. So Danger collection. But again, if you don't want to get all the things, you can start small. You can just get the serums, whatever. But you do save money when you purchase them in a bundle, which is always good, right? And then we have a Pomifera cashback program where when you make a purchase, you do accumulate points, aka dollars, so you can save on your next order. For example, like the Danger Game Changer collection, I think is around $200. And then so you would get like $20 in cash back when you purchase that. Points expire at 6 weeks. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just pick something up small if you don't need to replenish everything right away. And then you just don't lose your points. But the points are amazing. They've been a game changer for me. It allows me to be able to spoil my customers. So if you're not in my customer group, you're going to want to get in there. It's called Well and Beautiful. I will tag that in this post as well. And then the other thing is we have an awesome special going on for enrolling if you decide that, I always say, if you want to be a little, shop your own beauty basket and be a Sally saver and save some money, you're welcome to join. Our business box is $99. You're going to get some amazing body products. So get the body oil, you get our silk body milk, you get our hair oil, which is awesome. Showed that earlier. You're going to get all 3 of the serums in a half size, but you will get all 3 of the serums. You get a cleanser, you get, and the moisturizer. I think that's it. But it's $99 for the business box. So if you want to be a Sally saver, or if you want to be a part-time Patty and maybe share with a few friends, you can do that. Or I always like to say, if you like to be a full-time boss, Brittany, like my sponsor, she does this full-time, makes an amazing income. I am not there yet. I do this as a side gig in addition to my regular job, but I've gotten to an executive level already. I think that's pretty doggone amazing. My team they did like almost 30,000 in volume the last couple of months. So it's been like, if I can do it part-time, anybody can do it part-time. So think about that. We'd love to have you join us. We need more people to spread the good news. We're still a very small baby company. And you'll get that $20 free product credit when you join in the month of October. Thanks, Shelly. No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. So anyways, it's just been fun. Has it been a perfect company? No. We've had a lot of growing pains, but I really feel like we've gotten beyond all that. We've got amazing resources now that we're partnered up with Shackley. Amazing. And our community is really, really cool. We have some really neat people here and really neat leaders. And of course, my team is awesome too. So anyway, so think about that. Get some products, or you can join us. I don't care. There's no pressure. We just will help guide you with whatever you want to do, whether you want to just be a Sally saver, or if you want to be a boss, Brittany will get you on the right path either way. Or of course, I'd love to have you as a customer as well, and I get to spoil you that way. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, just pop them below. I'll get the notifications, so I'll be able to answer them as they come. So thanks again. Thanks for being in this event. This is the first vendor event that I've ever done. It was super fun. It was a little, wow, this is a lot, but it was super fun to get to see some of you and meet some of you. Thank you so much. Yes, you're so welcome. All right, you guys, I'll let you guys go. Have an awesome night. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.